everyone. I didn't think the button was working. Hello. It is Michelle Littler with Owl Star Stampers. We are on day 5 of our Christmas craft along today. So thank you for joining me. Let me know you're here with a 1 in the comments or a 2 if you're watching the replay and where you are joining me from. So we have 2 really amazing cards to create with you today. So we're going to be doing that. So I have the tutorial right here. I'm giving it away for free with a $50 order this week. Don't forget, free shipping ends today with a $75 order. And so lots of good stuff going on. Hello. It is July 25th, 2025. If you've missed any of the days, you can go back on YouTube and watch the replay. So, hello, everyone. Glad some of you are finding me. Okay. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me over on Facebook. Share with all your crafty friends. I appreciate it. That's something free that everyone can do to help me out. So thank you, those of you who have already done that. Oh, Jennifer, you caught the replay. Awesome. If you haven't already, if you're new here, you can join my email list. I do free tutorials every month, tons of events. I'm very busy with all of my stuff. So that's how you get in the know. Facebook and social media is very fast paced. You probably miss a lot of things, but the email, it comes right to your inbox. And so you get those things. So check that out if you are not on my email list. And if you do want any tutorials, if you want to purchase this, you can. It's $25 for this. It's literally like a book from this week. If you ordered the kit, it was included. If you're on my team, you get it for free. And you get it free with a $50 order this week as well. I have all my classes on my tutorial store. You can get everything for only $24.95. This is one thing is $25. So that's a really great deal. If you become a VIP, you can go there and find more information or past classes. And finally, there's a link to shop any of these products. So again, free shipping ends today. They had it the last 3 days. So I'll probably be placing a final order myself tonight as well. Also, it is the last call for my summer retreat. I do have some available, a few in person and to go. I just posted on my Facebook page the link with some pictures. I'm telling you guys, you're not going to want to miss out. It's going to be a really good one, super fun things planned, but today we're cutting it off so we can start all the personalized gifts and order the rest of the add-on classes. So that's what we have going on today. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee and then we are going to dive on in with our Christmas. Oh, I'm going to show you the first few days too. Okay, day 1, we made this adorable box. We are featuring the Jar of Joy stamp set, which currently sold out, sorry, and the Jolly Holly bundle. So this is the first. We made this adorable box here. Then on day 1, we made this really fun card, fun fold. Day 2, we made this adorable box. And we made another fun fold card right here. So again, all the videos are on my YouTube channel. You can watch them if you missed any. Day 3, we made these cards right here. And yesterday we made this card, the pink card in Cherry Cobbler. And then this one, which you guys might be laughing or being like, why did that bother you? But with distressing was really hard for me yesterday. Kind of felt like nails on a chalkboard, but we did it. Okay, and I love the final result. I love the look of that. Okay, so here we are on day 5. So let's get started. Okay, for our day 5, I gathered some of my supplies here. So I pre-cut some of the cards, but we do have to do stamping and some die cutting as well. So here we go. Some of the pieces we have here. Basic beige. We have cut. We're gonna do a little bit more cutting and scoring, but we're starting out with a piece of basic beige that measures 11 by 4 1/4. We're gonna score it at 5 1/2 and then cut up a slit. We also have another piece of basic beige that is embossed with that beautiful Jolly Holly embossing folder. I really, really love this embossing folder. Like, look at how it looks so elegant in just this color. So we have that. We have a piece of white. This is going to be for the inside. And then we have that need for tweed. We have this right here. This is going to go on the front. We also need from the Jolly Holly bundle both size rectangles, so both the large and the small. We're going to use that. Okay, this is the pieces we need for card one plus some stamping. Cassie said, Michelle, I just saw a few photos of the overnight rooms in your studio. Beautiful. Thank you. We're still doing some stuff here, but we are nearing finalizing that. So thank you. It's been fun and stressful to do all that. So yeah, if you're interested in my overnight craft retreat, it is Night, N-I-G-H-T, Night Owl Craft Retreat. And I don't have a lot of stuff posted there yet, but we will, and how to register and all that. Okay, on our card base, the 11-inch side, we're going to score at 5 1/2. Okay, then, okay, so this one had a measurement error. We did send out a new one, but just in case, if you didn't, you might want to make a note in your tutorial. It should be 1 1/4 instead of the 1 inch. It should be 1 1/4. So we are scoring it at 5 1/2. Now, on the one side of the flap, we're going to go over to 1 1/4. Now, again, in the tutorial, it said 1 inch. You're going to go to 1 1/4. And then we're going to cut up to that score line we just did in half. So at 1 1/4, we're going to go up to that line and then stop. So it's going to be like this. Okay, so that's going to be the front of our card. Now we're going to give it a good crease. Hi, Colleen. Hello, Barbara. Okay, so there we have this for our card. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take that basic beige that we embossed, and we're going to layer that on the front of our card over here, not on this flap, just over here. So I'm going to press really hard with my glue, and then we're gonna put this on here. So there we have that. Then it says to cut out 2 rectangles in both sizes out of basic white. We have that. Then we're going to do some coloring with the twine using a dark cherry cobbler blend. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to be needing our Mossy Meadow ribbon as well. I was just seeing this, I think we can layer here, I think. So I think I'm going to layer this. And then, is that glued down? Adhere this 1 inch panel to the card base. So then we're going to glue this down so the card only opens like this. Okay, let's do that. So this 1 inch piece, we're going to put right here. So that's why I needed to be 1 1/4, so this has a little wiggle room. And then on this little flap, we're going to glue that down. All right. And then this, so I have glue there, and then this is going to come right there, and we're gluing that flap down. Now this white is going to go on the inside, but I'm not going to put it down until after we do some stamping. All right, let's do let's do our labels here. Okay, silicone matte right here. Okay, the bigger label we're not going to do. I'm moving the bigger label, and this one we're going to stamp Merry Christmas in some cherry cobbler ink. So I have my cherry cobbler here, and then we're going to stamp some of those little holly and these little sprigs. I did not do that ahead of time. We need the Merry and the Christmas. We also need our Mossy Meadow blends for the leaves. Okay, so there we got that. So let's stamp our Merry and Christmas first. Okay, we have, I'm just making sure I'm positioning it in the right spot. Is anyone crafting along today? There's our Merry. Uh-oh, I need my, clean it off. Then let's do our Christmas. Just gonna clean that. Then let's put this aside and do, wiping that. Okay, Christmas. Yeah, it's been popular. We've been using it, me and my friends, all week. So, and probably other people too. But it'll be back. But yeah, when you see something you like, that's what I've learned. You never know, I guess, is how long it will be around. But it is coming back, so that is a good thing. Okay, there's our Christmas. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have that. Now, okay, I'm going to take my twine. So you guys got this in your kit. You got like the cutest kit. Like this. And then your gems were in there. And your twine, this was in there too. And candy. And then the other packet. So we're going to make a bow. I'm going to make a bow so I don't waste my ribbon or my blend doing this. But this is real red and white, kind of like, it looks like a candy cane. We're gonna make it cherry cobbler. So I just am tying about the length I want. I'm gonna cut it, and then we're gonna color it with our blend. So I am gonna use my silicone matte, and then I can clean it off with like some rubbing alcohol or hand sanitizer will clean this. And my blend is already ruined, so I'm not really worried. But do you see how it's just, you can use it on a scrap paper too. That's probably what I should use, but whatever. I'm just using this mat. That's the purpose of it. You can use your glass mat. Just be gentle with your blend. This got ruined in a class, so still has ink, so I just use it for these types of things. Okay, so then when I get it, I'm going to kind of flip it over. It will bleed through, so then you can just make sure it's like the right color saturation that you like. And now we have cherry cobbler twine. So we went from this to this, and so you could do that with your white twine with different colors. Now, would I do this if I was making a whole bunch of cards? No. But if you're just making a couple and you want that, you can. So now I was looking for some hand sanitizer. I was going to show you how it just kind of rubs off, but I don't know where I put it. You can just like put that on there and that will clean off your mat anyway. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a second. I got a little bit on my hand, but it's kind of like a permanent marker. It will be fine. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to let that dry for a second, is we're going to take our Mossy Meadow, and it says to flick some in the background. And that is, I'm gonna get my other one. Just some little speckles. So it looks like that. Okay, now let's go to our directions. Die cut both labels out of basic white, color the baker's twine, sandwich the left side of the larger basic label between a folded piece of mossy meadow ribbon. Okay, let's do that. Where did our mossy meadow ribbon go? So we're gonna take this, we're gonna go like this. We're going to cut this. Maybe I want it a little bit longer. Okay, so we're gonna cut this, and then what you can do, if you have tweezers, you can like clamp the like tweezer part on there. You can also use like a mini glue dot to kind of hold it down too. But I'm gonna just tie a bow, hold this together like this. All right, you see what I'm doing here? Tying that twine to hold that mossy meadow in place. You could also, if that's too hard, you could just take a glue dot and glue dot the mossy meadow and then just stick the bow over top with another glue dot. So that is one way you can do it as well. So we have it like this, and then we're going to take this and attach it with dimensionals, I believe. Secure the top with the cherry cobbler bow. Adhere this directly to the card front on the right side only. Okay, so yep, here we go. It's some dimensionals. What do you guys think of that? Tying it with that ribbon. I think it looks so cute. It's something different. Okay, we're gonna take this off. We're gonna take this and layer these like here. Then we're gonna bring in our card, and this is gonna come, it's gonna come over here, but we're only gonna attach it on the right side. Okay, so see, I only have glue on this side, and then I'm going to put it like here though. Maybe up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna flip. I need to get where I have a little bottle of sanitizer and it's not, I don't know where it went. Oh, I found some. Just one second. I'm gonna show you how to clean that off. So I just have some, putting it on my fingers too really quick, because I don't want to get ink on this card. So then I'm just gonna squirt some on my little mat, and then take my thing and see, it just is pulling. That's how you can clean your mat if you do it that way. It just will come clean. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to get a new one of these because I don't want the hand sanitizer on my stamps. So there we go. That's how you clean your mat if you do it that way. All right. So now we have to do some stamping with some scrap paper. So we're gonna stamp 2 of these little sprigs in basic beige. So we're gonna take the basic beige and stamp it twice. And then we're gonna take this and stamp it twice in the mossy meadow. Hi Wendy, hi Lisa. Susan, you like that? She said, very pretty, thank you. Okay, then we're gonna close up the basic beige. It kind of has a green undertone, that basic beige. I think are we not done with the red? We need that for the inside, the cherry cobbler. We do need Mossy Meadow though next. And we're going to stamp 1 or 2 of these. Stamp the Holly image twice in Mossy Meadow ink and color with Mossy Meadow and Cherry Cobbler blends. Die cut. Okay. So we're going to do 1 and 2. Now we're going to cut those out with we're done with the green now. Now let's do the last bit of our stamping here. Dry. Okay, on this we're going to stamp the inside that says, "May the spirit of the season bring you hope, happiness, and love" in Cherry Cobbler. So we're going to do that. Then we're done with our ink pads. And there we go. Clean that off. All right. Now, I just feel like I'm turning all red today. Okay, bring in our card. Let's put this in, and then we'll die cut and add our finishing touches to the front. This goes right here. This is so pretty. I love this card layout. So there's that. I have my little die cutting machine right here. And we are going to cut out, grab your dies. Hi, Lori. Hi, Leanne. Hello, Suzanne. Maggie. Okay, so we need this and this. Right. So we're going to cut this out right here. And this. Okay, let's cut this out. I know, I feel like the red always gets all over me. Or like navy blue too. I don't know why navy blue does as well. Okay, then we're going to cut out the other 2 and we will put those on here. I'm just going to rip, I'm going to rip that apart. Do you see that? So then I can do both at the same time. This is just a little scrap from when we cut those jars. Okay, and then this other little sprig. So like on my one card yesterday, I fussy cut these. I mean, you didn't watch me, but I don't know why, but there is a die so you can cut. Oh man, see, that thing is bent. You need it flat. So I'm going to cut that off. So now it's not going to wiggle. Now I can't pick up my die. Here we go. This is going to come right here, and this is going to come right there. I'm glad you love it. Okay. So there we go. Put my dies away so I don't lose them. Grab these off, and we're gonna, okay, so these ones we're not doing anything with. And then this and this, we're gonna take our Mossy Meadow blend and we're going to color in right here, and then one of those other leaves. Okay. You could have colored them before you cut them out. Maybe I should have done that. I wasn't thinking that far in advance. Okay, and then we're gonna just do these leaves here. You're not gonna see the little berry, so I only need to do the leaves on this one. All right. Thank you guys for joining me on Friday. My friend Karen is here today helping me. I said, what day is it? I don't even know, because it's just been a really, really busy week. And my son is getting his hair cut right now. I was going to go with him, but I forgot about my video because we scheduled the appointment, I don't know when. And we had these videos planned way in advance. So he had senior pictures taken on Monday. So yesterday we went and found at least one shirt for him to wear. It's just a busy time. We're going to go back to that cherry cobbler and color in 3 of these berries. All right, there we go. Let's take our card and we're going to, good golly, we're gonna move this here. I am gonna trim this down a little bit, like so. Okay, then we're gonna take our, okay. We're gonna add these to the top left corner of the label. Okay, so we're gonna just stick these down, probably with some glue dots. I'm gonna put one here and one up here. And then this is gonna go, how do I want this? Like this way. Okay, so I'm gonna sandwich that together. I'm just gonna put that down like that, and then this is gonna kind of go across like that. So you just see more of the leaves. I'm not sure about Halloween, but I definitely do a Halloween, like a mega class stamp camp. So that would be really fun though. Okay, then I'm gonna, where did my glue dot go? I've never had that happen. It literally fell off and it's like clear. So where, I've just had the craziest things happen. Try it again. We'll find it when it's something stuck. We're gonna put that there. We're going to take this one and put a glue dot here and have it go up this way. Then we're gonna attach this right there. I think I'm gonna use some liquid glue so it's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, kind of got a little bit too much liquid glue. All right, that is going to come right here. Tuck it in there. And now we're gonna take some of our really pretty dots. Again, these are the dots you got in the kit. They're $9.50 for this package, and they're like a blue, a green, and a yellow. And we're gonna take some of those Mossy Meadow ones and sprinkle them on our card. So we're gonna put one here, and then I'm gonna put one over here and one here. Okay, here is card number 1. All right, so there we go. Susan, you're up at 2:30 a.m. in Australia. Thank you for watching. I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I could not sleep. Here's this card. Isn't it so beautiful? And it opens like, you see how it opens like this. Oh, I love this card in that embossing folder. So, so pretty. Okay, there's our first card for today. I love the way it opens too, Jennifer. I'm so glad you like that. Okay, our next card we're gonna use a cute little jar. I'm going to my tutorial. had to take a drink of coffee too. And we have the pieces right here. Do you see the mess on my desk? We have quite the little mess going on now. All right, let me tidy up a little bit. I'm gonna put the basic beige ink away. Okay, here we go. The ribbon makes it. I know, it's so cute. So for card number 2, we have Real Red. We have Real Red cardstock, just a regular card base. We're gonna just go ahead and fold that in half. So I'm gonna do that right now with my bone folder. All right, so there is that card base, boom. Then we need another piece of Real Red, 5 1/4 by 4, so I have that. Then we need Early Espresso cardstock, so I have that. This is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, and we need basic white. I must have cut the basic white wrong. Because why doesn't my basic white? Oh, maybe it goes, I know why, because it goes like this, and then our wood grain is here. So we need the Country Woods Designer Series paper, 4 5/8 by 3 3/8, and then another piece, 5 1/4 by 2, which where is that piece? I cut it. Maybe I dropped it. Well, if not, I'll cut another one. I don't see it, but I know I cut it. Maybe I put it back in the little container, my package. So those are the pieces we need for this card. You also are going to use our jar punch on here. And I have no idea what I did with my wood grain paper. Here it is. Did I put it back in here? I don't know. We'll cut another piece. I don't know what I did. 5 1/4 by 2. So this is not 2 inches. So 5 1/4 by 2. I'm gonna find this as soon as I just cut another one. That's how it always happens. All right, there we go. So now we have all of our pieces. We're gonna need some scrap white for stamping. There's my mini glue dot I lost. It's stuck to my thumb, you know, the one that fell off just a moment ago. All right, adhere the Designer Series paper to the Early Espresso layer. Okay. So we are going to, I'm trying to read this. Okay, because this has like a, this has a angle. So what was I supposed to do? Okay, with your basic white cardstock, here we go. I just have to read directions. With your basic white cardstock that measures 4 5/8 by 2 5/8, you're going to line it up the bottom right corner on the paper trimmer gutter to the top right, mark a 1 and trim. I should have done this ahead of time. Friends, I'm just saying. You should have done this ahead of time. That's going to go there. And then this is going to go like at an angle. This is going to be cut at an angle. Okay, with your basic white cardstock, line up. Let me get my paper trimmer. Let's do this together. Should have practiced this ahead of time. Line up the bottom right corner. Okay, this is the bottom right? Line up the bottom right corner at the paper trimmer gutter line and the top line to the 1 inch mark. Okay, so this and then this to the 1 inch mark. So there's the one. I'm guessing, oh, is it this way? The 1-inch mark and the gutter line. Okay, there we go. So we have, this is on, can you see this? This is the 1-inch right here. And then this is the gutter line. So now we're going to cut. And that is how you get this angled piece. Okay, we did it, hooray, hooray. So now this will go on here, like that. Then that's gonna get layered like that. Got it, all right. So, should we do our stamping though? Let's glue, this has a fine little border, let's glue that down. And then we'll do our stamping in case we make another mistake or any mistakes. So add our glue. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to be, I'm planning to be live at noon again. If I, yeah, I'll be live at noon tomorrow for our last day. So here's this gets layered to the early espresso layer. Okay, so there's that. Then wrap baker's twine diagonally around the early espresso, tie a bow. I'm just reading how to do the ribbon. We're going to be using this ribbon on a diagonal, and like here's the finished card. You see like the diagonal, so I'm like, do we put the ribbon on first or not? Stamp the sentiment in real red ink and the dots in crumb cake. I don't know. I'm just going to go and do it this way. Okay, here's our piece, our diagonal piece. Let's get our real red ink pad out. I feel like mine's not as wide, but I feel like mine is not as wide, but I don't know. I'm just gonna make it work because maybe this was supposed to be the same white measurement. Did I do something wrong? This is a bigger measurement though. This is the same size as this. I'm wondering if I cut my paper wrong. Can anybody tell me if I cut my paper wrong? I followed the white. Cut your basic white 2 5/8. Maybe I cut this piece wrong. Whoops. 2 5/8. Maybe I didn't cut this at 2 5/8. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought I did, because then that's 7/8. Mine just looks a lot. Mine just doesn't look as skinny. I'm going to try something really quick. Sorry, friends. We're going to cut this the same size of the designer series paper and see what that does. 3 3/8. 1, 2, 3. And this is why last time I made the projects ahead of time. I didn't this time. I'm like, it'll be fine. 4 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this should be the same size as that, and it is. Now I'm gonna try this and see what happens, lining up at the 1. But no, that's gonna go all the way down then. I don't know, mine just is not wide enough. I don't think for this Wishing You a Sweetest Christmas. There's like not hardly any room. Turn it over? Is that what I'm doing wrong? I can turn it over, but then it's like the opposite. Like it, Okay, maybe that's my problem. But it's still like, then like they have the jar. I don't know. It just is, something is not. All right, I'm gonna trim, I'm gonna make this piece. I'm problem solving as we're live. Okay, I'm gonna make this piece maybe 3 5/8. 1, 2. That is 3 5/8. Okay. So maybe I don't know. 2 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the bottom right. I don't know what I don't know. Okay, so this is like here, but mine just has, mine is like not wide enough over here. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. I'm just gonna make it because it's driving me crazy. We're just gonna go with it. I did the measurements. I did it twice. It's like the exact, it's exact same. Unless I did something wrong on the gutter, maybe it goes this and then the 1 inch here. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Let's do this and then the 1 inch. Okay, before I did the 1 inch over here, let's do the 1 inch on the right. Maybe that's where I did it wrong. Yep, that's what I did wrong. So, okay, here we go. I figured it out. On this one, this piece, I lined it up and I used the 1 inch on the left. You need to use the 1 inch on the right. That's where I went wrong. Okay, it just dawned on me to line up the bottom and then the 1 inch to the right. Maybe it said that. It does say that, and I missed that part. So line it up to the right. There we go. Okay, now we got it. Perfect. I didn't follow the directions. Okay, there we go. Now it's wide enough to stamp this. I was like, this shouldn't be this hard. It's just me. I didn't read it all the way. So it goes to the line up to the 1 inch on the right and not the left. So there you go. All right, perfect. We're back in business. Okay, we got that done. Now we're going to, now we're gonna layer this here, and the little dots we're going to stamp in crumb cake. So I almost went that way to start and then I didn't. I don't know. Probably because I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep until like 6:30, and then I had to get up at, yeah, whatever. So it's just me not able to follow the directions. We're stamping some of these little dots in the back. I'm glad you got it, Colleen. Yay, got it. Yeah, there we go. So those, all right, perfect, got it. Now we're going to stamp the inside piece. I'm just gonna do all my stamping right now. We're gonna take May Your Early Espresso. Okay, we're gonna take this and we're gonna say, may your hearts be filled with joy in Early Espresso ink. Okay, may your hearts be filled with joy. Problem solved, we figured it out. Okay, good. That was, okay, so then we're gonna take this. This is our inside piece. We're gonna stamp this way, the right way, like so, in Early Espresso. Then we're gonna take those cute little ornaments in Real Red, these little ornaments, and we're going to stamp. We're gonna need the jar in just a second. let's get these cute little ornaments. Hattie. Hattie Joan. Okay, then we got this. We're going to stamp this up. And this is going to go right here. And then we're going to add some of those little dots in the crumb cake. Okay, so we're done with that. Where did I put those little dots? Hopefully back in here. I did. Okay, we're taking this in the crumb cake. I have my crumb cake ink right here, and we're just going to put those little around. That is so cute. Okay. You're welcome. I'm glad, Catherine. I'm so glad. I know, it's kind of fun when you're like, That's why I actually kind of decided to do it this way instead of making it ahead of time, because I thought if I'm just going to read along and make it. And then if I mess up or whatever, you'll see, we'll figure it out together, which is exactly what we did today. So we're going to take that other piece of that country woods. This is going to go on the inside bottom. So I'm just going to attach these pieces to get them out of the way so we can do the front of our card. This is going to go here. Line it up straight, just like this, okay? Then this part is going to go there. So we're going to line that up. Those ornaments are so cute, I agree. Okay, that goes right there. So cute. Now, the front of our card, we're going back there. We're gonna take, we have these pieces here. So I just wanna see the red, I think is gonna be popped up. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I don't trust myself to read these. Because the first step, it says to attach this and wrap the baker's twine around twice diagonally around the early espresso in here directly to the real red cardstock layer, and then those on Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, so this goes on here, this goes on with Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm just gonna put this on with Dimensionals. I'm kind of changing up how my brain kind of works in these situations. We all probably have ways we do certain things. Okay, I just have to get these pieces on. So this real red layer is going popped up on here. Then, now we're going to take this layer, now that we figured this out. This, I mean, you probably figured it out. I just took a minute. We're going to put this here, like that. Then we're going to wrap this around. And then we still have to stamp a cute little jar with gingerbread. Don't worry, we will do that. We're going to wrap this around twice. And tie a bow. Right, here we go, tie a bow. I'm loving the ornaments. I thought the gingerbread men were my favorite, and they probably are, but those little ornaments are pulling in very close. And also the snowman. I loved the little snowman. But I'm really liking those ornaments. Okay, cut that. We got it at an angle. Then our jar is going to kind of keep that down too. So then this we're going to layer here. Okay, this is going to go right on here. And now we're going to do our jar, which is right here. We're going, my watch is telling me it's time to stand up now. Okay, when I'm done with the video, I will. Okay, I'm going to, on my paper I messed up, stamp my jar in early espresso ink, just like so. And then we are going to stamp the gingerbread men. So we need this and this. Stamped that, but I think I'm gonna do that on red, perhaps. Okay, so then we're using, I think, crumb cake here. Let's see, real red crumb cake. So I just had the crumb cake. I just put it away. So we're going to stamp the jar in early espresso on a basic white, stamp the cookie outline image in crumb cake, and stamp off the filler in crumb cake. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna stamp it off onto our cute little, we're gonna stamp it off once right here. Then this is going in here like so. So it's light. I would have my twine in my hand in the ink pad. I'm surprised I didn't. Hi, Betty. Okay, then we're going to take this and do the crumb cake full strength over. Now this has a cute little bow tie, so that's how I kind of line it up. And then the centers, the little centers there, so it kind of just fills right in, like, I'll hold it up so you can see, maybe, like that. Then we're gonna take this, and she colored it in with real red, but I'm just going to stamp it on real red and punch it out, because I kind of wasted a little bit of time trying to figure out the diagonal. So I'm going to punch out the little lid right here. This is an adorable card though. And then we're going to punch out our jar right here. Like so. Okay, then we're done with that. Now I think I can close up these ink pads. Get those out of the way. And where did the card go? Okay, we're gonna take this and some dimensionals and pop this up right here, kind of by our bow. We're gonna take our lid and I'm gonna pop that up as well, but I'm going to mini dimensionals. I have some mini dimensionals right here. Now, I know we didn't include them in our kit. We included these dots, but if you had, I'm telling you now, get them now while they're available. If you had these peppermint adhesive back dots, would they not be so cute on this card? They would be so cute. We're gonna add these and we're gonna color them red, but that would be so cute, some of those peppermints. Okay, so then this lid is gonna be like that. And then we're gonna take the low profile dots with Real Red Stampin' Blend and color them. So you can, I colored the yellow ones before. That's a dark strawberry slush. We don't want that. We're gonna take, this is light cherry cobbler. Maybe dark real red. Here we go, we're in business. Okay, we're gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots and color them. Maybe I'm trying to see what one to color. I feel like that one's a little bit light with the real red, so I'm gonna take, I actually took the dark cherry cobbler or the cherry cobbler and it colored it really well. So I'm gonna do that again. it kind of matches. So the dark cherry cobbler will cover the yellow quite well. So I'm gonna do that. You can use the real red if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go here and do 5. I'm gonna be coloring some of these tomorrow on my projects. And you can do these with a lot of our embellishments, color them and customize them to the color you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did not do enough. Let's just color, we should just color the whole row. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we have 7. Okay. Joan, I think it's me. It's your teacher today that is confusing you. It's just me. It's not. Okay, we're going to take one of these and pop it over here. I think these would be so cute, but I know, like I said, we didn't include them. I'm going to follow the card like it says. Come on. 2. I'm going to put 1 up here. I'm going to put 1 down here. Another 1 down here. And we're going to put some of these in the jar on the little cookies. 1 here. And 1 here. All right, it turned out adorable. It was worth all the fuss. It was mainly that diagonal I was a little off on, but adorable card. Here's card number 2. What do you guys think? I think it turned out great. And then here's the inside. I love those ornaments there. All right, we did it. We did it. We did it. Hopefully you can learn from me what not to do. And hopefully you got a little laugh along the way. All right, here was our card number 2. Here was our card number 1, and it opens this way, just like that. Okay, what do you guys think about day 5? Let me know. I'm throwing this away. All right. Turned out great. Really cute. Cute. Love it. Awesome. Okay, let's see. I have to pull these in because when I see them all together, it makes me so happy. Yeah, so the diagonal, let me just give you one quick tip before so the diagonal, all you do is, this is a Stampin' Up paper trimmer. You line up the bottom and the track, and then you don't go to the 1 inch on the left, you go to the 1 inch on the right. So you go this way, so you go from the bottom to the right and then cut, and then you're fine. I went this way and that was my problem. So go to the right and cut and you'll be fine on the diagonal. So learned. All right, so we had these cards yesterday. We had we added these cards right here. Then the day before we added in these cards, and then the day before that we did this card and this box, and then the day before that we did this box and this card. And don't worry, tomorrow there's 2 more cards we're gonna make. So I hope you guys can join me to see all of these great projects. Again, if you want the tutorial, it's for sale for $25. You can join my tutorial site for 5 cents and get all of the things I do for the whole month there. Or you can get it free if you order at least $50 this week from me. So thank you guys. I'm glad you love the cards. Tomorrow will be our last day of this week. And again, last day to sign up for the summer retreat. So check out the link and get in on that so you don't miss out. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Saturday at noon. Have a great Friday, rest of your Friday and Friday night. Bye, everyone. Last day for free shipping, too.